Low will be all right. So we have a little rundown of some of the coyote traps that I have, some of the ones that I've used. By the way, my name's Colt Morris from Coyote Academy. What's up, guys? These are the coyote traps that I've been using over the past, gosh, 6-7 years. I kind of started out with this trap. This is just a Duke number 2. And then I modified it. Put a positive trip pan on it, rod style dog, you know, hook the jaws. Some of them are bubble tipped. I will say, just like a little quick tip, whenever you hook these, if you hook them pretty good, you're gonna lose jaw width spread. So if you go from say you're like 5.5, you might go down to like 5.25, which in this case, this is a Duke number 4 that I tricked out, modified, and I hooked the jaws up. And this trap is not like technically land legal, but once you hook the jaw tips up, and then you can bubble tip them or whatever. But once you do that, they are legal, and they're a really heavy duty trap. They do need a bigger spring, in my opinion. These little beefer springs, they're not the ticket, I'll tell you that. Now, these traps, I bought the base plates for them and welded them on, tricked them out. They come with like a center locator. If you're familiar with that, if I can remember, I'll try and put I will try to put what that looks like up. But that's my least favorite of the traps that I've used. Now I like it, but I might like it even more if I had a beefier springs. It just seems too slow. And when you get a crust over top of this, or say you get a lot of red dirt over top of it, wet red dirt, it kind of slows it down. So I want a fast trap. And you know, these traps, these round jaws are really, really fast coming out of the ground. They seem to zip up through the ground, but man, I just haven't found the one that I want to just go all in on. I was all in on this trap. I mean, I still am. I love this trap, but I mean, these traps are just as good. The Bridger number 2 fully modifieds, the dogless, they're just as good. But I love a wire lever. I wish they would make a wire lever Bridger number 2. If they did, oh my gosh, I think those would sell. I mean, I know I'd buy a pile of them. These are great traps. They're beefy traps, they're heavy duty traps. They weigh a lot. So if you're carrying them in, especially if you're walking in on your trap line, you know, it can be cumbersome. It can be a little, sometimes it'll wear you down, man. It'll really, you know, tire you out, especially if you're not in shape, or you know, you weren't anticipating having to carry that many traps in, or whatever it may be. Phenomenal trap. Love it. Love this trap. I really like this trap too, but I've kind of gone away from the dog style trap. Now I'll still set them, don't get me wrong, and I've been setting the dogless for so long, and I guess I should say I do run these for beaver. I know it's probably not ideal, but I don't have a huge issue with them. I catch beaver still and have a really good turnout. Now, as for the chain, everything pretty much. Now this is one I tricked out with number 3 twist link, but all these they're just your standard straight link chain, straight link. And then when I was running these, I went to a number 2 twist link chain just to try and cut down on the weight. What I'll probably do is I'll probably end up switching these over to a twist link. I just think it beds better. I think overall it does better for you with your set dynamics, getting it to sit in the trap bed. At least maybe it's just my style. But that doesn't matter. That's not a big deal. It's just the chain I like. It's just the chain I like. Now, as for the stakes, you know, this is your plain Jane Berkshire, just your standard. These are phenomenal stakes. I mean, if you're planning on leaving them, might as well buy those. I would not buy these hunk of junks. These things, these heavy duty, they're junk. If you get into any hard ground and you're trying to set any volume or any number of traps, you know, these can pretty much just bend. It just bends straight out, and it just doesn't, it does not work for my system. I've even tried doing pilot holes, but when you get into hard ground, if you're trying to bust into it, it can still give you issues. But that's one reason we kind of, well, not we, I should say I, but there are other people that do it, but that's one reason I preset. I go out and I put all my stakes in the ground, and I pretty much have everything ready to rock and roll for whenever I go to open up traps. That's all I'm doing. I'm just setting traps. I'm not actually, you know, staking them, drilling the hole out. I get all that done ahead of time. So that's one way I've kind of combated that ordeal. I still have them. I'm going to use them. I'm just not like I'm just going to chalk them up and, you know, take them down to the scrapyard. If I had my druthers and I, you know, could get a whole bunch of these, I would probably go with these, and then I probably would put a retrieving cable on them. I think that's the bee's knees, but you know, this will definitely get you where you need to be, and you'll get some hard dirt. I just let it dry, and then just tap it out. These are the traps I like, especially if I'm going to go after like some fox. These are light. I do have a bunch of Victor 1.5 soft catches, and I have a bunch of Victor number 3 soft catches. So, you know, if I'm wanting to kind of maybe save the integrity of the paw as much as I can, maybe I'm going to be using the 1.5s, or maybe I might, if I know I'm going to have a high density of coyotes, maybe I'll use the number 3s. It's all your preference. This is just kind of something I just wanted to touch base on, go over with. And then the last thing is all of my traps, they get my name tag right here on the swivel. Now this one, it doesn't have it, so we would be putting one on that, but all my other traps, everything, they all get a name tag right there. So I have a name tag ready, and this is just how I do it. I'll move that over to the side. Hopefully you can see it. But I just go through, go right underneath of it, and then I just hook it in. And then you can really, after that, just do it all with your finger. I get it twisted down, and then I take a pair of just any pliers you have, really. Anything that will fit in there. And I just crimp it down, and then that's ready to go. These boxes all behind me are full of traps. They're all ready to rock and roll. I have everything. I don't waste time. I don't prick around. I don't dick around. I want to get my shit done and get it ready. That way I can continue to make content, continue to do things that I want to do, like going hunting in the mornings or going hunting in the evenings. You know, I'm going to be doing some bird hunting soon. Squirrel hunting's coming up. I got to get the boat done. That way I can get out. I'm really going to try and do some squirrel hunting from the boat, and just keep trying to make content, and hopefully, you know, over the course of this next year, I'm going to be delivering the content, because right now it seems like I'm just all over the place. You know, I need to get a set schedule moving forward, and something I'll figure out, but I appreciate it. If you don't mind, man, hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment, even if it's just dropping a period, whatever, it helps, and later. Great trap. Fast. It's a fast trap. But this is also a great trap, man. This is what I was using down in Texas. Whew. All right.